No, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. We're gonna.
It's fine. We'll do some guess the game.
Very hungover. Guess the game. If you're not familiar, guess the game is the game where we play games. Oh, Jesus! This is
How
gonna
are
be
you that hungover? You had like one rum.
one rum. Oh, I wish I did.
Old age does it to you.
It definitely is. Not the spring chicken I once was.
Well, that looks like an old school, almost like Morrowind or Daggerfall, that kind of.
Yeah, my first thought when I seen it was something like Amnesia, but I could be wrong.
Well, all you can see is a corner. So
although I suppose if we go for your shout, then it's a bigger franchise, so it's likely to have a better chance if it's
true.
Go for it. I haven't done today's or yesterday's, so we've got a couple.
Hello?
To go through if you'd like to.
Oh, then we have a proper mic.
Oh,
there we go.
It's a miracle.
He sounds.
I was thinking Thief, but you just changed.
Right, so it's not Morrowind. We'll go for Thief. The Dark Project?
Be an early Thief.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, just the normal one.
No, actually, no, it won't be. What was Dark Project? That wasn't the Xbox one, was it?
It's neither the two of them. It was a PC game, and I have no idea what that is up there. It's a health bar.
level 3.
So it's an RPG type looking game by the looks of it.
Yeah.
But not Elder. Not for the Elden series.
Going back to number 2 again.
Cupid?
Oh, it really doesn't help the head. I was trying to see if it was Soul Reaver.
Tomb Raider? No, Tomb Raider wasn't.
No, it didn't have a health bar like that either, I don't think.
No.
But I was going to say Soul Reaver, but that head doesn't really help.
Legacy of Kain?
Oh, fuck me, that's loud.
Possibly.
Yeah, go with that, yeah.
Nope.
Why not? No.
POW 11. It's an action hack and slash fantasy.
That stretches it across.
It's quite a few genres to narrow it down.
That's not helping anything.
Action, hack and slash, fantasy, might as well throw RPG shooter.
Yeah. Nah.
What is with this screenshot as well? This is like, unless the POW 11 is giving it away, that wall is just a shitty textured wall. It's not helping anything.
Skip.
Yeah, no idea. Not even got a vague guess.
Oh, that is like Prince of Persia, isn't it?
Is it Conan?
I was going to say Conan something. There was a Conan like MMO. But what did it say? No, it wasn't MMO. It wasn't in the
hack and
genre.
slash. But yeah, well, I suppose Conan will make more sense than that.
There's quite a few. I have no idea where we're best starting with it.
Especially in 2001 as well.
Yeah, no idea.
I can't see it in a way. Was the one that says Age of Conan or something?
Yes.
Try that one. That's the only one I recognise.
Rebel Axe Studios.
Nope.
I'm assuming it wasn't in a Conan like franchise, though.
Not in that particular one, but there could be other Conan things.
That's almost looking like Risen, but I don't remember those bars. And I don't remember it being Rebel Act either.
Are we failing?
We're failing.
No idea.
Blade of Darkness.
Excellent. Never heard of it.
No.
Whatever that is.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't
What's the
say I've heard
alternate
it.
name if you click on the arrow there?
Severance, Blade of Darkness.
I mean, I didn't know if it might have had like a different name in like regions, but no.
Yeah, I've no idea.
All right.
Never heard of
Did
it.
yesterday's one because I didn't do yesterday's either. See if we can get a win.
Do.
Do enjoy yesterday's game, but not so much right now. Pass.
Anybody?
Well,
It looks like Teardown, but it's not.
it does look like it could be like a racing kind of thing, but I mean, it doesn't really give clear. Just where the headlight or those floodlight things from the side.
83 rated.
This must be shit then. So
What is that screenshot though? Really,
Must be shit.
something you play.
it's like a robot farting.
Pew!
He's just like hunched over, and he's just firing out and extending the exhaust pipe handles.
No idea.
It looks like a really shit version of Mass Effect. A Mass Effect from the 90s.
GameCube, Xbox, and PS2.
Is that a Perfect Dark thing? Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, Perfect Dark hasn't got bad graphics, but we've got nothing, so we might as well put it.
Oh, in Pit. Well, was it on the Xbox though?
Perfect Dark came out on
It's
Xbox.
perfect. Yeah, it wasn't on PlayStation or GameCube though.
Is it not?
True. No, but
Skip.
Yeah, skip. Oh, fuck off.
What are these?
What the
It
shit?
sort of looks
It's
familiar,
just-
but I can't place the name right now. I cannot think straight.
How is that helpful?
These screenshots
that just looks.
are bloody awful.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Arms something. Arms.
Arms?
Swinging
Ape
Arms Studios. Swinging Ape Studios.
Metal arms, maybe.
Metal arms, Metal Gear.
No.
Something like that.
Metal Arms glitch in the system?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well done,
wow.
got there.
Pulled
They front
that
clutch
out.
that
Got
from.
there.
Robot ass.
Like I said, the robot looked vaguely familiar in the last couple of pictures, but I couldn't.
Never have seen heard of that
Name.
game.
Yeah, no, that's we can just let's
I
just
never
get
played
rid
it.
of that.
So. There we are. 1 win, 1 loss. Great success. I feel much less like death. So good. we did well.
I have
We
no
did
TV,
well.
as you can see.
As you plucked it out of your robot carcass.
Yes, so we're getting into the actual podcast where we're going to talk about all sorts of wonderful video games we've been playing, Tokyo Game Show, and other bits and pieces as well. So, Ross, I'll promise I'll be less hungover on the other side of the music.
I like it.
Maybe. Hello, good evening, and good welcome to this wonderful podcast on a Sunday. I am Jamie, and I'm joined by MPV Graham this week.
Good,
I
hello.
even forgot the name of the podcast itself. I just stumbled over it. We're a podcast. We've got no. You can find us on podcast places where podcasts are sold. How are you, MPV Graham? Are you look like you're faring a lot better than I am today.
I am, I'm feeling all right. I sort of managed to, although I had a rough start, I went back and had an extra kind of sleep after the kids were sorted out. So, yeah, I'm actually not feeling as bad as you are anyway.
Good. Yeah, I'm mainly just tired, but also quite hungover as well. I'm too old for this. Too old for this now. We've also got possibly a hungover Millie Man. Ian, wait, Graham. I guess where we at? You reckon?
1.4. He's gone down. He's gone backwards.
He's gone to... Ian, come in. Tell us your score.
Hello, welcome. Oh, look. Oh my God.
I was not expecting that.
I'm in the FIFA world. Hello.
You're in the spirit of things. I'm sure we're going to get to more FIFA stuff.
Exactly.
What's your gamer score? Tell me.
1.821.
Whoa, he's crossed the 1.8 threshold. Well done. We're in. Let's keep going. March to 2 million, yeah?
2 million before the end of the year.
Damn right. And
Ready games.
and we've also got
the game.
possibly less hungover, hopefully, Scottish Frost. Come on in, Scottish Frost. How are you?
Hello. Doing very
How are
well.
you? Good.
Not hungover in the slightest.
That's a sensible way to do things. Like I said before, we in the guest game. I'm too old for this shit now. Fucking, I can't handle it. Why do I do it to myself? Cheers. Anyway,
Cheers.
welcome to Xbox Tavern's Xpod Tavern on this wonderful Sunday evening, 8 p.m. Where we reconvene every Sunday and we talk about video games, Xbox related or otherwise. Sometimes we play some Project Game Pass games, which we haven't actually got back to. This month's Project Game Pass game is Nickelodeon's Super Turbo Hybrid Extra Royale All Stars, whatever it's called, the Smash Brothers like with Nickelodeon characters. Has anybody played them all this week? I haven't had a chance. I've been too busy playing a few other things, but
No.
Likewise.
No, that's fair enough. We'll try and play another session of it before we pick a new game for next month's Project Game Pass. But yeah, I think we quite enjoyed it in the end when we were playing it. You go back and listen to last week.
Only enjoyable playing it with friends.
Yeah,
I think you can play
everyone
that by
else.
yourself.
It's not a good game solo. Tell you that now.
No, but, yeah. So
I
we'll
gave
play
up on the
some more.
career mode, whether it's called career mode, storyline,
Career mode.
So I'm in the
and then-
FIFA game. Let's just get this in.
we're in the FIFA mindset. We've been too busy with that. So next month we'll pick another game from Project Game Pass, from Game Pass. Sorry, like we do each and every month. We play it, we stream it one Sunday of the month, which should technically be next Sunday. So whatever we pick, we'll play next week, and then we discuss it. And sometimes we have some good games, sometimes we have some bad games, sometimes we've had some games, and they're all up on xboxtavern.com. You can go read about ones we've played already. Gentlemen, there's no beating around the bushes there. Let's just get into what we've been playing this week, shall we? And let's start with the topic of the week that we've all been playing. Although I imagine two of you have been playing a lot more than two of us.
I got to say,
Hey, tell them about
EAFC 25 is finally out now. Obviously, it came out in early access. Was it last week?
Yeah,
Come out full release this past Friday. Graham, Ross, I'm just going to defer to you two for now. I'll chime in here and there, but how about it? Tell us all about the latest in the footballing world.
Well, it had a bit of a fun secondary launch on that Friday. It seems as soon as it sort of hit around the sort of 6 p.m. mark, the servers had a bit of a meltdown.
shut the bed.
Already?
Yeah,
by that.
it said you're waiting in a queue, and then it kept time. It kept going down, and once you've got to your front of the queue, it just kicked you out and said problem connect to the servers, and you had to restart the process over and over again. So I imagine there was a lot of people itching to get started on the standard version that could not get in. Luckily, it only lasted for maybe about a couple of hours, and then it kind of went back to normal. But yeah, annoying on the official launch, I guess you'd say, that it kind of got a bit clogged up. But other than that, the game's pretty much similar play-wise to the last one.
Keepers seem better.
Keepers do seem a bit better, and but what they have, or I think they have done, is made the defense a bit more stupid. I've seen way too often that the defense gets drawn out and keeps leaving sort of strikers open for like through balls, and it's quite easily to be punished.
The defenders in, my version of the game are all fucking homicidal maniacs. The amount of red cards I've got given against
Good lads.
the computer playing
Scottish
like
version of
squad
FIFA.
battles. Honest to God, it's like every other game, the AI gets a red card. And you're like,
Oh yeah, they are filthy now. Yeah,
why the fuck are they launching into like slide tackles from behind? It's like, Jesus
I had it happen a
fuck.
few times earlier today. It's like the computer was playing Jay, sort of through
They
on goal,
are-
and they just hacked me down, and just a couple of red
Take 'em out.
cards.
Yeah, that's why like Jason Good Gracies, like he gave EA a couple of paid reviews, so they like signed them up to do the programming for the defenders. Fucking, just how many red cards can we get in a game?
Yeah,
They were like, "Do you think they're aggressive enough?" I was like, "What's the number go up to? 10. Turn it up to 11."
Fucking kill the
And it's not
bastards.
good enough.
yeah, definitely does seem that way. I mean, the newer kind of things they've added in to the sort of the gameplay is one sort of the goalies are a little bit more refined, which was needed, but they've added in kind of a bit more play styles that you can add in around the tactics, which is how your players kind of move and react to try and make it like the real game.
Like
So-
Football Manager.
Yeah, so with a striker, you can have one that's a false nine, so he hangs back a bit more and tries to get involved in the play. You've got the advanced striker plus, where they just sort of hang on the last defender and just keep trying to make runs behind, and they don't come back for defence, so you can give them kind of a bit more refined instructions to what they previously were. And you can really sort of customize your tactics up and mix up how it works, and then store it as like a code. So if you think you're onto a winner, you can actually save a code and give it to a friend, so they can use that code to literally take your tactics that you've made, and then they can try and have a go at it. And people have made some horrific kind of formations and tactics to try and make it look as ridiculous as possible, where they've played like an 8-1-1 or something like that, and it's just looks terrible. But yeah, so there's a bit of fun to be had with it, but it's a nice idea how, if you think because there's a lot of people that keep trying to tell them, I've got the most special tactics and here's my code, and now you can got an official way of sharing that across. But like I said, what works for someone may not work for someone else, depending on how they play. But
I think with the game as well, because they've changed it, instead of like the instructions that you used to be able to put in manually, like how deep your players sat, how high they sat, how like did they come back when you were attacking, and it's more like roles. Then there isn't like a one tactic fits everybody type idea like you got in last year, because I might not have the same players as the best creators in the world. So their 4-3-3 only works if they've got two really
Right,
good
players,
just playing off the front strikers. If I don't have them, then that tactics is not going to be as good for me. So I need to work out a system that blends well with the players that are in my team. So there's a lot less. Everybody's just going to spam the meta tactics when you're playing rivals and things like that.
Yep. They've already found sort of key tricks of the game. There's like the speed boost.
Speed boost.
Yeah. So it's just so unnecessarily unrealistic where you hold your run and then as you press the right trigger run button, you just take off and you're just kind of uncatchable. So you can never leave like a wide open space. Otherwise, the right person knows how to take advantage of that and just literally tears straight past you.
I suppose that's the thing is that's not completely unrealistic, because it's like a player like a Vinny Jr.
The
would.
right people can do it, but not
Like
everyone.
a Vinny Jr. would slow the defender down to like walking pace and then do a quick burst, and it causes them not to be able to move. But like you say, every single solitary fucking player should not be able to just blitz past people.
Yeah.
Jamie looks like he's about to fall asleep.
James about to die.
I did those off for a minute there. But carry on.
This is the other episode for the fucking game show.
But
I am
the best
listening,
of
and I'm watching
which
the game.
it does like is obviously the rush mode of this new game, and the new five-a-side style.
Because that was what I played, and it was fun.
Rush looks great
as well. And yeah, even as sort of a local 2v2 that we kind of did with it, it's just way more sort of high energy and fast paced and way more involved for those that are not even like massively clued up with the game. They can get involved with something like that quite quickly and get something out of it.
He was unplayable the other night.
He was
absolutely unplayable.
But yeah, I mean,
I'm assuming
his
that's a good
first
thing.
goal managed to score a bicycle kick yesterday. So literally anyone can kind of turn it on. I mean, the person that doesn't even play football games managed to get a sort of a last-minute winner for his team. And yeah, I mean, the rush mode, if played with friends as well, is just as fun as playing it online. It's just you never know what you're going to get. But a fast five-a-side is they've made it quite a good kind of a game, which is considering Volta was so unlikable. They've really sort of refined that one, and this new sort of blitz mode is way more fun. And
God, Volta was shit. I don't know why they thought.
Although I did come across my first arseholes in Rush today in regards to they like sort of turned on and they must have obviously just sort of stuck their left stick down and they were just like spinning to keep themselves active, and you're just like, ah. And what made it really annoying is they had picked, like, we had the whole side of it was all ticked for all the criteria for all the leagues. And I was like, oh, great, if we get like, we're going to get good points here, we can get like a win, fantastic. And two of them were literally just standing there, just running in circles. It was like 2 on 5.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck's sake, man, this is just need.
Yeah.
So what is the point of doing that?
Just for the experience.
The experience without playing.
So the rush objectives where you have to accumulate so many points, and it's not even like the rewards are massive. The first ones you can kind of get it because it ties in with the season pass, but outside of that, there's just really no reason to do it, and it's just kills the game for anyone else that's playing it just for the fun that it should be played with.
Yeah,
but yeah, as with every game, not everyone gets the memo.
I still can't believe Dan missed that header. Fucking what a dink into the box. All I had to do was hit it on target. It fucked up.
We streamed this the other night. There's like a 2-hour video coming up at some point this week. I think it's going to go live.
Can we also notice there that the centre forward was the deepest player, fucking picking up Dan's slack. Fucking useless.
He declares himself, I'll do defending.
I'll do defensive duty. That's all right. I'll just run back for centre forward. Look, and again, look, the track and run. Dan, where is it? Fucking nowhere.
Yeah. Well, we had good fun playing. I have enjoyed playing this mode. I said to Gray, like I played it the next night on my own, like with random players online, but obviously not with you guys. And even then, it was still a lot of fun just jumping in and having a quick game. Even though they very quickly realised that they shouldn't really pass the ball to me. Started off sharing it out fairly, and then eventually it was just like it was. Oh,
Wait a
okay,
second.
all right, I'll wait over here. Don't worry, lads. Just you carry on. You're
They
doing
know
all right
his
without me.
role.
Yeah.
We just refer to Jay as the destroyer. That's Jay's role.
I didn't even get any cars. They were getting the blue cars there front and center, and they weren't letting me near anything. To be fair, but it was it's a fun mode. It's actually one, like I said, I would play on my own, and I have been playing on my own. I wouldn't play the normal football probably, or even any of the Ultimate Team guff. But yeah, this because it's so snappy and so fast. Like just get in, have a quick game, get out. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, so it's 5 minutes, but it's like a lot of stopping for goals, kicking it out, and etc. So it
even that goes
about
faster, doesn't it?
7 or 8 minutes. But
there's no like faffing around with like card giving animations or all these sorts of
things. It's just like back comes up the screen, flashes off. That's it. Next thing on it.
But yeah,
still get time to do the salmon. That's it. That's all you need.
A great mode and a welcome addition to the EAFC game styles anyway. So long may this one sort of continue because I'm a big fan of this.
Yeah, and I like we say they've put a wee bit of thought in it in regards to like adding in these different criteria to get bonus points. So you try and use different cards.
Yeah, definitely to mix it up a little bit. And I've liked how they've nerfed the sort of the lob balls and the lob through balls, so you can't keeps goal hanging.
It's almost like they're trying to play it, like get you to play it like fives, where you get taught keep the ball on the deck, play the ball through it instead of just leave a striker up top and launch the ball.
So I have a question for you though, because we're watching your gameplay that you captured here, Gray. What's all these symbols that come, like the arrows and the squares and circles and stuff that keep coming up on the pitch?
They're sort of showing you sort of the where you could be or where the best place to be. They're like tutorial thingies. I didn't turn them on; they were just on there anyway.
Yeah, I haven't seen them before, but they'll probably it might be handy for me to put them on if they're gonna tell me what I should be doing, because rather than running around like a salmon.
Yeah.
What's a terrible defending?
Terrible defending.
Shocking.
Terrible defending. And they didn't even salmon to celebrate. But yeah, carry on.
But yeah, a great addition to the game mode, and if anything, it's kind of eclipsed the sort of the relaunch of Ultimate Team, which is usually the big hitter of every year on this sort of EA game. And if anything, the Ultimate Team has taken a little bit of a pounding due to the fact that a lot of early on, everyone just kept spamming. Have got sort of juiced up teams, and the divisions are a bit kind of unfair. There's a lot of people like myself just sort of being pitted up against super teams and don't really stand a chance. And so it's just like, going to a gunfight with a knife and just trying to hope for the best.
Yeah.
And hopefully now that it's fully launched with standard players as well, that they balance it out a little bit more, because at the moment it's the actual full division rivals part of it is a bit of a slog for those that are not sort of paying a lot of money.
I mean, I think I think especially unfair in regards to you getting dumped in. You was dumped right into Division 6. And it's like, I understand why they do it, because obviously they look at your previous like progress and stuff like that, but that was a previous progress because you had played the game up until the death with all the players you had picked up. So of course you were going to be able to get up to Division, wherever you got up the Division to. Don't fucking throw me right in when I've got fucking Diddies galore on my team.
Well, that's what I mean. They didn't give you that kind of warning that was going to happen. I mean, previously on the last year's one, I was hovering around the sort of Division 3, almost getting into 2, but towards the end, I managed to get into 2, and then just because I did that before the game finished, they sort of said, "Oh, you did this. Anyone into like Division 2 or above gets pumped straight into Division 6." So I'm with all the sort of pre-juices with hero cards and Mbappe constantly, and Haaland and Van Dijk.
I came up against a couple of Haalands, but luckily the players that I'm playing with obviously have either spent loads of money trying to get a good team and are just shit, or have had like good pack luck but are shit at the game, so they've no had very much success.
That was the Turner though. The sort of the crap players with the best teams can get that unfair advantage because they can sort of bully you off the ball and just be so sort of super quick with the fastest players and the most skill. And like some of the passes from my team just don't keep coming off. I keep playing them like they were in the end of last game, where everyone was like super juiced cards, and I need to get out of the habit of sort of thinking everyone's that good.
Just
on my
keeping it
team.
simple
It's like,
until you get the better players.
yeah, I
in.
was just thinking I've got to play like real basic until the better players come out.
The one thing I have noticed, and I never got into Ultimate Team as much as I probably should have last year, but the Evos are fantastic. I'm loving the Evos.
Yeah, the cosmetic ones are so like you can tell some people are just going to be in it for that, just to make their card shiny.
Yeah, I mean, like, who was that? I'd seen somebody had put a cosmetic finish. I think it was a finisher symbol
Yeah.
on their tradable Mbappe, and obviously, as soon as you do the Evo on it,
Yeah,
it means
it
they
becomes
can't be
untradeable.
traded. So the guy was like fucking raging. But
That
like,
reminds me, actually, I need to see if there's a cosmetic that changes the name of the player that appears above their head as well. Because randomly, when I was playing against a game, like a squad battles one, a lady, there was like a female player that had name began with A, but that was in like, you can see down the bottom left of the screen of those watching, you can see you've got the name of the actual player, but above their head, rather than having their name, it just said Daddy's Boy. I was like, who the hell is that?
what?
There was a player called like that. You can see there. It's got Edwards.
You
on
sure
the
you were
front
still playing EAFC and you hadn't downloaded some?
Daddy's Boy.
More
That's
to,
like- but it
more
was
to the
whether it was
point,
a
G, I
female
thought you wanted to
player.
make an Ultimate Team.
But, so I don't know if there's an actual player that calls themselves that, but it just that's.
I mean, I really hope not.
I don't know why there was a person called Daddy's Boy. It was just very strange. But yeah.
Well, why not? Eh?
But yeah, no, the Evos they're giving out a bit more like candy this time, and some of them are just purely cosmetic ones, but and they're making them a tiny bit more achievable. But I think they keep fluffing up on the squad based challenges because some of those ones are so unachievable so early on that it's only going to
I've not done any of the SPCs apart from like your nation hybrids and all the ones like that.
Yeah, so the easier beginner ones are still fine, but any others are sort of, unless you spend money, you've got no chance of trying to achieve them. And it's just, you're just catering to the money spenders again to get the sort of a highly sort of juiced players again. And it's just, yeah, it needs that balancing to come. And so that's what I'm hoping it will start to happen. And then, yeah, should start picking back up.
I don't mind if they get the balance, just don't fuck with the gameplay. The gameplay feels good
They
to
always
play.
do it, though. They always fiddle around with it.
I'm enjoying how it feels. Goalkeepers are good. Defenders on the computer side are a wee bit aggressive, but the finishing seems to be a bit more switched on. Like the Travellas aren't as stupidly overpowered as they were last year.
Oh, they're still getting them. People.
Oh, you still get them, yeah, but.
And the power shot from outside of the box. I've had about 3 of those scored against me now. For people that don't even have the power shot trait.
Yeah.
So, but it is. There'll be some balancing, but yeah, still loving it. And this rush mode is definitely a big win. But I've spent a lot of my time on it.
Yeah, let's see. Like I said, I definitely enjoyed our play session that we had the other day where we all got together. And yeah, seems like everybody else is loving it too. All the reviews that I have read, they all seem to focus on Rush as being like the best new game mode they've introduced.
Oh, by a country mile.
To FIFA for years, or obviously now EAFC. But yes, it's well worth a play. And there's a 10-hour free trial in there on EA Play if you got that through Game Pass. You can always give it a go yourself should you wish to, and you can jump on there and I can show you how it's done.
Exactly that.
All right, should we move on from EAFC 25 now? I don't know. I've got no more input other than I quite enjoy playing Rush mode. Right, Ian, let's hear from you because we were
very quiet.
Why not? Let's get you in here, shall we? So you've got a few games on your list. I don't know what one of them is, so I'm going to ask you about Merge and Blade. What's that?
Oh, that's a really. I played that one. It's a little sort of almost like a phone game. You just have to create like 3 in a row, and it sort of upgrades the person, and it's a little almost like a tactics-based mobile game put for the Xbox.
Okay.
It was on Game Pass not long ago.
Yeah, just joined Game Pass. Yeah, so it's like a tactical one. So yeah,
that was incredible, Ian, that you gave such an in-depth description without even opening your mouth.
That wasn't
is
in-depth.
wow. Like, have you been practicing
one.
like ventriloquism? Like when we've not been. What? That was cool.
Yeah,
that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, amazing. Thanks. Because I was distracted, so I don't have. So yeah, exactly that.
Sorry.
No, it's good because it was. I was distracted, but yeah, it's similar like Candy Crush kind of thing where you have to merge units. It's a bit like a Tetris kind of thing where you have like your units at the top, and you've got a grid. I think it's 5x5, 5x6, 5x6. I think
Yeah.
it is. And like I say, your grid, and you make so you can obviously merge up to 3 units, and then that kind of goes to a bit more powerful unit. And then you kind of once you go through the process, obviously, I think it's like 10 different units you can upgrade and merge with them. But then obviously, once you've after say I think you're like 5 or 6 merges, depending on what level of character you are, you kind of go through a battle, and then obviously it's all what do you call it? Bit like idle. You idle basically. So yeah, when you fight, so you go through that and you fight along. Graham, help me explain it better.
So yeah, so before each kind of fight, you get so many like new people, like 10 new people, and you've kind of got to play kind of like Candy Crush with them. You've got to try and line up 3 that touch each other, and if they do, they turn into the next soldier along, which is more powerful. And then you can do as you upgrade it to the next level, that one then becomes available. And then
Yeah.
you just keep upgrading, trying to get the highest you can. But obviously, you need to balance it out because if you just upgrade too many at once, then you only get a few amount of soldiers because each
Yeah.
3 becomes 1. And then you just leave yourself outnumbered and you can get pumped. And some of the elder, like the higher up soldiers, are really powerful, but they're weak. So if you put them in the front line, they get rinsed. So you kind of got to shuffle them about a little bit as well. So there's a bit of strategy to them.
Yeah,
And
she have
whilst
a
you're
swap
playing as
sequence.
well, you can switch their places to
Yeah.
try and one, get a bit of advantage while fighting, but 2, at the end of the battle, if you kind of line 3 up, then when you go back to this stage where you kind of set up your team again, they'll auto merge into like the higher the soldiers,
Yeah.
because it costs a turn to every time you try to rotate them to sort of get them in position.
Yeah, it's when you swap them as well. Obviously, you got to kind of be strategic with your swapping because obviously you only have a certain amount of time frame before you can swap them before it goes back to the main kind of camp where you kind of start merging them. So you have to be kind of quick with what you're doing because obviously if one dies, it might be out of line. So you got to kind of making sure the ones you're merging are actually still in line for the end of the battle. Because say one person dies, that will then drop it down, and also there's only 2 in a row, not 3 in a row.
And as simple as it looks, it's not bloody simple.
Yeah.
That I've come up again. It's really bloody hard. There's one. I think I got to a stage where I just got so stuck that I just couldn't get past it.
Yeah, I think I got quite far. I got like stage 20 or so, I think, at the moment. But yeah, again, it's just I've got this powerful that this guy here
Yeah,
showing
this
me.
is way beyond. I got to the grey-haired wizard, and that's about as high as I've got, I think.
I haven't done in this multiplayer mode either, which seems quite funky.
Yeah, not done the multiplayer. I just wanted to have a quick go of it, see what it was like, and it was quite fun until I just kept getting pummeled on the story mode, and then lost interest.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough. It does look familiar now. Actually, now I'm watching the trailer. I think I remember you saying about it before, Greg. But you enjoyed it, though, Ian?
yeah. So far, yeah. So kind of a simple storyline. You're a unit trying to retake castles, and or not sure if it's retake or take over.
Yeah.
I think it must be
That much
retake.
into it.
Yeah, so they're all bad guys. So, but yeah, it's quite fun. Yeah, like I say, it's similar to Tetris and Candy Crush kind of combined. So yeah, it's enjoyable enough that it's piqued my interest enough that I'm going to keep playing it. See how far I get. I'm about stage 20 or so. And they've got this new mode as well called Roguelite, which is similar to the Merge and Blade, but
Yeah.
obviously, if you die, you start back on level 1 again. So it's not much. You got to kind of go through like the process, like get to like level 8 or 9, and then
To
when you die,
lose.
you're expected to lose, go back, and then you kind of power up your units and then go again, then die, power up your units, go again. So I think for that one, I'm not that far in actually. I did a bit of Roguelite. I'm in on like stage 8, I think. Obviously, I think there's like 30 different stages, but of course, you have to go back, power units, and then go again. It's taking its time and toll on that one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, keep plugging away. You got to get that 1,000G, ain't you? If you're going to work towards 2 million by the end of the year.
You know it.
Nice. We'll check back in with you on that one next week. I've been playing a little game in early access, come out the other day called Greedfall 2, A Dying World. And Graham, you quite like Greedfall, if I remember rightly. We've spoken about it a few times on here.
It had some annoying moments, but it was all right.
Yeah. So this sequel comes out. It's out in early access. It comes out on Xbox and stuff next year. and it's set 3 years before the first game. Not that that means much to me because I didn't play the first one. And instead of playing as a European conqueror or whatever it was, you're now the legate of the congregate. You're now playing as one of the natives that they come to take over. I've only played a couple of hours. I didn't get tremendously far into the whole thing. I think it's like the first chapter first couple of chapters are available to play. It didn't really jive with me, if I'm honest. I think it could be quite good once it's finished. Like the potential's there for some quite interesting stuff. Like I like the way they got the optional ways of solving quest lines. Like one of the ones that I did do was you have to get these trappers to leave the area that are sort of destroying the natural habitat and killing all the wildlife and stuff. And you got like 4 options. You can fight them, you can pay them off with money, pay them off with supplies, or just convince them to go away, like using your speechcraft, which I'm very good at, obviously.
Oh, he's happy. Talk to everyone.
Yeah,
You can talk to everyone, but the problem is talking to everyone's not very interesting. But we'll get to that in a second. So that one small quest will then have obviously ramifications for the rest of the world, depending on how you solve it. I'm sort of in the middle of doing one at the minute where you have to get into a mine, and the miners won't let you into the base camp, and you're supposed to find someone who can vouch for you to let you in, but you can also sneak in and use a bit of stealth. But the problem is the stealth is a bit crap, and the enemies are way too powerful, so I keep getting caught. It's not executed very well. I'm sure it will be improved, but at the minute it's literally just hide in grass, wait for him to go, and then walk past. And if you get caught, there's no way of getting out of it. You're into a massive fight then, and I'm way too weak to be fighting a massive base full of fucking miners and their dogs and all sorts of stuff. The potential's there, but it just did not grab me at all. Like this opening is very like talk heavy, which you know. All jokes aside, I do like a good chat in a video game, but it was just really tedious and boring. They didn't really explain a great deal of what was going on. They kept flicking between English like vocals and like a made up language that they speak in, but all we end up doing then is sitting there reading the subtitles. I'd rather they just stuck with the made up language or stuck with English. I don't mind which.
That's another reason why Jay's furious. He's got to read subtitles.
Got to read subtitles, and you can skip the subtitles, thankfully, so you don't have to wait.
Who plays with subtitles?
We get into that. We'll get into that, but yeah, you can skip it as fast as you can read it, basically, which was like I only found out about an hour or so in, which made things a little bit better. But I'd rather, like I said, they just stick with one or the other. Combat itself, as you see in the trailer now, it sort of takes a bit of inspiration from the original Dragon Age. So you got a team of 3, and you can pause it and sort of zoom out and give each member of your team like a series of instructions to execute, and then you can set it playing and watch it happen. You don't actually control them directly, or like one of your main character directly. The main attack auto attacks, and then you can just decide when and where they're going to use the other extra abilities you've gained. So it's more, like I said, like turn-based almost. But you can pause it and assign tasks, or you can just let it play out and assign stuff on the fly. Didn't really get on with that very well. It's quite confusingly laid out, and the menus aren't very well optimized. Again, it's all in early access, so that's kind of the idea. But yeah, it just didn't really grab me. And then the world itself, not particularly interested to explore. It's a big open world, but you're sort of just going down corridors the whole time. You can't just go through, like, if there's a forest, you have to follow the path. You can't like cut through the trees, or if there's a little river, you can't just jump over it. You have to find a way around it. And I'm not a big fan of when open worlds pretend to be open worlds and then you're sort of funneled into little areas.
That's weird when there's a stream and you go, I can just walk across this and go, nope, it's visible.
Exactly.
No, you can.
So yeah. So like I said, I can see the potential, and I did start to get into it, like I said, with the different ways of like completing the quests and stuff. But yeah, they need something a bit more exciting to kick off the game with, really, because it took a good hour or so, and I was just like, oh, fucking hell, I'm bored of this now. Just to give me something to do. And then we started to do something. I was like, oh, that's not so bad. And then I got stuck, like I said, trying to stealth my way into a mission and getting absolutely fucking rinsed left, right, and center. But yeah, you might enjoy it if you like the first one. I don't really know, because I haven't played the first one, so I can't really compare and contrast.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I played it or not, and I don't think I ever have.
It sounds like what the first one sort of ended in, because you find, well, it's a spoiler on it, but you find out that the legate of the congregate was half native. And so
No,
He truly was the legate of the congregate.
and he was the
Fucking
one that
legate.
was sent to broker peace, and then he obviously gets an affinity with the native people because he was, well, his parent, well, one of his parents was one of them. So he
Scandal.
kind of plays both sides, and obviously decisions to make there. So this is being set beforehand purely on there, and it's kind of very druidy kind of, they're in touch with the earth and have sort of weird druid powers, and yeah, it's sort of, that is a bit of a shock when you start at, it's a bit all huff and tuffy. He's a bit of I'm the keeps telling everyone he's a legate of the congregate and saying he's trying to broker peace, and he's a bit all stuffy, and then you find out how he kind of develops into seeing, and now he's seeing it from the other side, from the native point of view, that he's not just going to allow them to keep tearing up their land and sort of bullying them over. And so set beforehand, it's it got a bit sort of stuck in the weeds towards the end, where you're sort of, all this is so like realistic, set in a real bit, sort of, as the Americans took over the native land, to now it's druid based sort of magical powers. That pretty sure the native Indians didn't have druid powers, but okay, let's see where this differs.
So that's what you think.
Yeah.
Well,
knows,
it
eh?
got a
Who
bit weird
knows?
because there was a massive plot twist about poisoning and stuff, and then the end guy that was your friend turns into this giant dragony thing, and then so like I said, it gets out there from how it starts to how it ends. That that's a big old twist. That's what I found quite interesting. But setting it beforehand is kind of like, the cat's out the bag. Kind of know what they're about.
Yeah.
So I can see how Jay could find it a bit. If it's everything, it's that, and there's no twist to it at all.
Yeah, so I don't know how much more is that they're going to add in, like in terms of chapters and stuff. And I've obviously haven't finished what is available at the minute, but yeah, I feel like it starts off assuming that you have knowledge of this, of like the characters, like the people, the race of people, and that.
I mean, given
the
it's the
first game.
second game in the
Second one,
series,
Yeah, but
But it's so far apart that
It's-
you really have to
yeah.
revisit the old game to remember all the characters, because there was a lot of people.
Yeah, and it
On
just
both
starts
sides.
waffling on about stuff like you've been there your whole life, which is not normal. Yeah, not the biggest issue, but it just it would
See
be,
how
it wasn't
it's not an issue it's an issue in this game, but someone like Mass Effect would be like, oh no, that's fine.
no, Mass Effect's fine, but it's just the problem is if it was interesting, I wouldn't mind, but it's just not interesting as well. It's just dull.
That's a fair point.
So yeah, if it was intriguing enough to be like, oh, maybe I should learn about what, but the whole time they're talking, I'm just like, I don't care. Just let me move on. Let me move on. And the performances are really I think they're all hungover as well, like I am, because they all talk so dull and dour and like bleak, and it's just like, just fucking smile, one of you, Jesus Christ. But yeah, so it's out on early access now. It's out next year fully on Xbox. We'll see what Graham reckons when he gets to play it. But yeah, I'm not massively into it at the moment, unfortunately. But let's do another couple of quick ones, really. Ross,
yo,
come on, tell me all about. You've been playing Ara History Untold. Is that what that is?
yes,
I think I'd say Football Manager.
yes. So I was playing some of that. Bit disappointed, if I'm honest.
Really?
It's basically just a reskin Civilization game. But I'm trying to think how best to describe it. Civilization game, but you look like you're playing as God, because when you zoom in to try and see things, all your people are like this big,
Tiny.
and your whole world is all like microscopic. It isn't until you zoom in as far as possible you can go that you actually can see anything, instead of just being like the name of your cities and stuff like that. Plays really nice. Looks really good. But as I say, very Civilization-ish. So if that's your cup of tea, then definitely recommend jumping into that. I haven't got to this stage that's in the trailer in regards to being as far in the future as this.
Yeah.
I think in the one that I'm the skirmish I'm playing just now, I think we're all in the Victorian type era, early industrial era. So we're now starting to get access to sort of Steam and stuff like that. But good enough game. I was thinking I was just expecting more from it. Either that or I've
Yeah.
just not delved deep enough into it to get all of that. But enjoyable enough. I would probably say stick to Civilization from what I've played. But again, I'm willing to give it a wee bit longer to see if it develops into something a bit better.
Fair enough. This is only on PC right at the moment.
Yes.
I don't imagine it's a
Is it
a
PC
big
Game Pass
console.
or Steam?
No, PC Game Pass, yeah.
Might give it a go. 'Cause it does look all right. I mean, it's not. It looks all right, but whether it'll play all right.
I mean, see, like this wee bit here. So they do this quite well because what will happen is, so in like a Civilization game, you move your army on top of a tile, and like there's a wee skirmish that you see on screen, and then it finishes. So in this one, you don't see the skirmish, but it tells you there's a battle report. So when you click on the battle report, then it goes into that view that you just seen as like the two armies set up and then moving into each other and see how it goes there. So that's like a cool wee cutscene that they do. So it's, like I say, it's got some redeeming qualities. It's not a bad game, but I think I was just expecting like the next step of Civilization, and I don't feel it's achieved that.
That's fair enough. Well, keep playing it, keep plugging away, and we'll see whether you've untold history at some point in the near future. Graham, got anything else you've been playing?
Only the same game as yourself.
Purea. Tell me about Purea, because I'm not sure my mind is up to something so fucking rapid fire at the moment.
Yeah, so that is, talk about rapid fire, that is a super rapid fire game that is similar to, as you mentioned before, WarioWare, but just with no instruction and even less instruction on the menus. It just really kind of throws you in with a brief kind of intro of a kid playing with marbles and the marbles scatter everywhere. And then that's it. You're straight into the game. And as you can see on the screen
No
now, all
fucking
you
around.
have is left and right. And you say, okay, what's happening here? And then suddenly a game just starts. And you're like, what's happening? What do you have to do? Nope. You don't get told exactly what you have to do. You just work your way through it. And then it's just, there's no buttons. Even until you press a button, it kind of pauses the screen. I was like, okay, that's not what you need to do. Okay. And then it's just simple games that you have to, it takes you about 3 or 4 goes before you realize, oh, okay, so that's what I kind of had to do. And then as you start collecting marbles on each of these different mini games, you get taken to like a plinko machine or a coin dropper that you have to try and land in a certain way so it drops through the special zone. And then if you get the special zone, it unlocks a kind of like a toy, and that toy can form like a silhouette of a new game. Basically, you unlock a new mini game to play. And then the cycle just keeps repeating itself. You play different games, collect more marbles, try and unlock a new game, back into the games, collect more marbles, try and do the Peggle game again to try and land it in the zone. And it's just kind of rinse, repeat. And it's definitely a pick up and play. It's quite fun. It does get repetitive quite kind of early on, but it's just that there's no guidance of saying how far you've got. All you know is that, oh, okay, well, there's a hell of a lot more collectibles on there to collect. And then you're just stuck in this loop of collecting marbles, doing this over and over and over again. So it's probably something you just go, well, I've got about 10 minutes to kill. I'll just do this loop for about 10 minutes and I'll come back to this. There is no way you could play this game solidly for a long period of time without losing your mind, because it's just so fast paced.
So and repetitive kind of games,
well. Yeah.
Because I wrote my review earlier on. It'll be up a couple of days, I think. But yeah, because when you start, you've only got like 6 or 7 games unlocked that you can actually play. And then, as Grace said, like as you succeed in this pachinko machine type thing, you gradually unlock more games. I think there's 30 odd in total, but it's so random and so slow to unlock it. You're just playing the same games over and over and over again. I've only unlocked one, and I've probably played it for, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half in total. And yeah, I mean, if each game only lasts like a minute. So I've just been going round and round in circles, playing the same 6 or 7 games. I've unlocked one extra game, and because, like Grace says, when you're firing the balls into the pachinko machine, you might not get anything.
Yeah.
So that run will be completely wasted, and then you have to play again to try even have a chance to try and get something else. And yes, it's like I said, pick up and play. Give it like 5 minutes and put it down and come back to it, the next day or whatever. Don't spend too long sitting there in a row because you just. And some of the games as well that you start with are pretty fucking rubbish, even though they're only 10 seconds long.
Good.
I don't like the boat one. I don't like the car one, and I don't like the what's the other one we said? The octopus
penguin
one and the penguin one. I quite like the monkey one, the paper plane one, and there's a couple of others that are all right. But yeah, when you've only got 6 or 7 games and half of them are pretty rubbish to play,
Yeah.
you have to play them over and over and over again with even a hope of trying to unlock some new ones. It gets a bit tedious, but. All right for a few minutes. Probably would be better on the phone, which on that trailer there's like iOS and Android and stuff. So it's definitely more one while you're waiting for a bus, like they say, or having a shit. Right, Ian,
Hello.
go on, round us off. You've been playing some cricket.
I mean, that's a really shit way to round us off, but yeah. I've been playing Cricket 24. Woo!
Yeah.
As you know, I love my achievements, and it seems like a good scoring game, and I don't mind cricket. But
You don't
honest,
cricket.
I don't. I love it. It's a bit like, I know they say sports games are very difficult to kind of develop. I would say it's the best way to use, but it's exactly the same as 23 and 19 I've played before. Like the only thing, the extra features, if they've got a few new game modes, like they've got some of the niche cricket modes. They've got like the Big Bash and like the 100. That's been added into it. But
Have they got Rush?
I think no, they haven't got Rush. No
cricket rush.
No cricket
Every
Rush.
sports game needs.
You're not allowed that
Rush
much
now.
adrenaline in cricket.
Yeah, exactly. It's too much.
I mean, I
Cricket's
suppose
all
you
about-
could make a cricket rush, what, just like shrink the field in half size,
Yeah.
4 fielders.
And
You could do it, man. Fucking innovation.
Cricket rush would be not playing it. You get more of a rush. You can play it in real life and get some adrenaline from it, but you watching it and playing a game of cricket, it's like playing a game of darts on a virtual game.
Cricket is all about just going for a piss up, really, isn't it? That's just be fair.
Exactly.
As it
You're going
starts.
to watch the cricket. You're going for a piss up. But yeah, it's actually not too bad. I mean, they've nailed the kind of like the fielding system, because you can have a like semi-automatic or you can have full automatic. When you just full automatic, you just let the computer do it all for you. But these semi, you have to like move players. So it always slows down time, so you kind of catch the ball and stuff. Batting is again same as last year and the year before. Hasn't really changed. It's all different buttons for different hits. If you want to do a huge hit or a defensive hit or precision hit, so you're being more accurate where you're hitting it. But then again, it seems like if you go for the kind of A one, which is attacking one, you normally get 4s as long as you're aiming it right, and the person who's batting to you gives you like an orange or green, like how successful the hit is, because obviously you got like a marker, a slider of how good how good the ball is going to be when you're bowling. So again, you do have a bit more control over your executions when you're doing like the bowling and the batting. But again, it seems very similar to last year's one.
I suppose there's only so much you can really change about a cricket game when you've sort of nailed it kind of for several years in a row.
That's it. And it's the same Big Ant Studio, like I say, they did all that last year and the year before. They've got all the names as well, naming rights as well. So it's not like there's no Man UFC, whatever it's fucking called. And
Fair enough. So if you like cricket, you like a bit of Cricket 24, and if you don't, you're probably not gonna gonna be into it.
If you like game with score, it's easy. If you like cricket, it's easy. If you don't like those two, skip it.
Wait for like bowling googlies.
Hey, you play it.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you very much. I'm sure there's other games we have been playing this week, but I can't do it. I can't do anymore. So let's move on. Graham, before we do the next bit, I should have asked you really when we talk about EAFC. What's your best pull?
Well, luckily, my best pull at the moment, those that weren't spawned from earlier, is Alisson, the Liverpool goalie. So he is probably in the top 3 goalies in the game. So that's a nice little pool. So I've managed to at least boost up my goalie.
Who's
I
that
did.
one? Edison. Who's that one?
Courtois will probably be top, and then I think Edison's 80. I think he's slightly less than Allison. He might be the same, but Allison tends to be 89, so he's about there. I think Donnarumma is the other one that's kind of around them. It's like,
Is that Italian matey?
yeah, for PSG, but Courtois is usually the 90 or the 91. So yeah, he's definitely the top one. But for Premier goalies, Allison's. Oh no, he's got
Courtois
89
only
as
89.
well. There you go. So
Who's the top keeper?
The top goalkeeper in the game
at the moment, it'll probably be some sort of legend or hero icon or something. But out of the gold cards, he can't be far off.
So your base stat or your base goalkeepers, you've got Courtois, Donnarumma, Alisson, and Ter
Alisson. There you
Stegen,
go.
all 89.
Who's Stegen?
Ter
Ter
Stegen's
Stegen, he's the Barca goalie.
Okay.
But for him to get 89 is a bit
like
of a rip because he's not been doing too great recently.
Is it what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Like, does it fluctuate?
No, not the
Not the base
only
cards,
fluctuation
no.
is different cards. These will never change, but they'll bring out like team of the
Promo
year,
cards.
team of the
Yeah,
season, team of
promo,
the year.
Baller.
Road to Champions League ones. There'll be like different kind of variations of
Howard.
them. But for Premiership goalies though, he's obviously the top one in the Prem. So to get him helps my team because they're mostly kind of Premish players. But he is my best pool so far. Although just after I complained that I don't get anyone, I managed to pack Declan Rice as well. But he's only kind of 87. But he's a reasonable pool in the early days anyway.
Well, there we go.
Happy days. Thank you very much for that. I did think about it, and then by the time you got to the end of the chat, I was like, just forgot. Just forgot.
Too hungover, that's what it is.
Literally too hungover today. I'll be back on fighting fit form next week. Thank you very much, Ross. I need a favour from you before you plug me. I need you to pick a number between 1 and 15.
10.
Cool. Let me just scroll down.
Right,
the puggles while I.
Fuck all you're at it. Fucking pulling double duty here. Jesus Christ. Clear my throat. YouTube partner, we have achieved that. If you could jump over there and have a look at their merchandise that we offer. Also, if you want to sort of subscribe to become a member of the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. You can do that from 99 pence, and it gives you access to our After Dark shows. So last week we were discussing game mechanics that piss us off. I think the week before that we tried our hand at some GeoGuessr. There's been pizza conversations, wrestling, various different subjects. It's basically just another place for us to shoot the shit without it being game related. Apple and Spotify podcast, if you jump over there and leave us a wee review, 5 stars would be greatly appreciated. CD Keys affiliate link, if you use the link that I will pop up on screen at the moment, basically all it does is it gives us a wee kickback. So if you scan the QR code up in the corner, it just means if you make any purchases on the website, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does give us a wee bit of money back. Written reviews can be found at xboxtavern.com. Jay will have a list of those if he's still awake later on in the show.
Maybe.
Socials are running along the bottom of the screen. You can find us on all the major social media networks on any way, shape, or form of Xbox Tavern or at Xbox Tavern Official. Discord, jump over, play us at guessthedotgame. Jay's been keeping that channel running. I started trying to compete against them, and then I got shit at it, and I threw my toys out the pram and stopped playing. So that was, and I think Pete always pops up for like the ones that he gets in like the first 2 guesses, and he's like, I took part, and then you never see him for a month.
Yeah, that seems to be the only time anyone else jumps in there when they get one in like 1 or 2. You know,
share.
Yeah.
Jay puts his wins and losses up, wins and losses. He's committed to the cause
every day.
Insert coin. If you use promo code XBXTVRN, you can get £5 off orders over £50. I don't know if anybody's rocking any merch today, but
nope,
not today. But
Alex, baby.
There is. I should have brought up the page. There's some awesome looking stuff coming up though. Let me just have a quick look. What was it the other day? No, that's the wrong button. Sorry. Bear with me while I. Excuse me while we tech support for the win. Anyway, insert coin. I love a bit of Insecticon. I need to convince my darling wife to let me buy some stuff because I shared last week that
Give
we
me
were going
some
to get
monies.
that beanie from Life is
Stop
Strange
calling
here.
that the mustard
But-
beanie.
But we got some new Last of Us stuff, which is obviously very exciting. Although some of this is coming back from before, but I do like the idea of that jacket there. And then some more Kojima-based stuff for when he eventually releases another video game. So yeah, go check them out. Very good. What was the code again, Ross? I've forgotten already.
XBXTVRN. It's just running across the bottom of the screen at the moment.
Go do that now. Excellent. Right, the number you picked was 10, correct?
Correct.
Excellent. So, Mr. Lady's favourite Daniel, he likes to keep me busy, keep us on our toes. So we had a competition running where you could win a copy of Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports over on Twitter's / Facebook's. This person here is the one I've chosen to win at Overmask. Hello, at Overmask. I assume you're listening to us. Yes, so you've just won yourself a copy of that lovely game from courtesy of Outright Games, who publish all sorts of wonderful games. So I'll get Daniel to get in touch with you and share with you at some point in the next couple of days. So well done, sir. If you'd like to join in more competitions, follow it at Xbox Tavern. We do giveaways fairly often, at least a couple of times a year. We try to do some stuff here and there. So yeah, go join that out, and congratulations at Overmask. Yeah, you did it. You won. You are the champion.
Lucky win.
Right. So let's talk about some news, shall we, gentlemen?
Go for it.
Because I'm desperately avoiding asking Ian if he's got a top 5 because I have fucking no chance this week.
Yeah.
All right, I tell you what, Ian. Go on, let's do the top 5. Come on, bring it on.
I mean, most people won't have a chance to the top 5, but it's finally time I do an achievement-related one.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I'm ready. I'm all
Thought it
about
was
the
meant to be one. I
achievos.
thought it was meant to be something that was relevant.
Yeah.
How is
It
achievements
is.
relevant?
Achievement's
Nah,
always relevant.
Nah,
Right, come on.
Nah, fucking shambles.
If you're not familiar, Ian brings us a quiz question every week, and so far Ross is fucking decimating the two of
I
us.
know, and he's still pissed off that he's got to do a question related to achievements. I mean, last week he was upset about Zelda. So
I
this year,
just think that you're all colluding against me because you don't want me to fucking win. It's like the quiz all again. I know it.
we got no chance. What's it like 6-3-0 or something in it?
5-2-0.
Yep, I'm
I
up
want
to
the
last
most-
place.
I want the top
All right,
5
come on.
most capped Scottish players. No, okay. I want to be generous, and I want. There's a reason why I'm saying this. I want 5 of the top 11 games that have the most achievements.
Okay.
So that includes DLCs, title updates, whatever we got. Just the game has insert achievement name number, and that's how many achievements it's got, and that includes including all DLC, title updates, everything like that.
Okay. So, sorry, I was listening, but I got distracted by a little visitor just here. Is it the total score or the total number of achievements? Did you say
Total number of achievements.
Okay. Right. While we figure that out, Ian, have you got the document open? Do you want to have a start reading some of the news we got going on? You can do the rapid fire stuff if you like, and then we can get to the main topic after that.
If I have the document open.
I mean, you've always got the document open. You're always prepared.
I am
right,
always prepared, but you know.
Yes.
We're now YouTube partners. No, that's one bit.
So we've got some stuff about. Yeah, go for the rapid fire while we figure this out.
So rapid fire news is remastered and Starcraft 2 campaigns. I should read the whole sentence before I start talking. Remastered and Starcraft 2 campaign are coming to Xbox Game Pass. So we know Ross is really happy with that. Starcraft's a good game as well, so you should more get into it. Bethesda introduced a isolated handcraft world in the new Starcraft Shattered Space Deep Dive. I'm really not too sure about the new Starcraft DLC, but I probably will play it because
Why?
I don't know. Something. I don't know. Something. I don't know. I just want more storyline and more killing. It seems more building rather than killing. But we will see when it comes out. I'm pretty sure I'll still play it and still complete it. And the worst news of the week, which will upset me a lot, is Assassin's Creed Shadows being delayed till February 2025.
Fucking outrage.
I know.
And why was it delayed, Ian? Why don't you tell us why it's been delayed?
Partly due to the poor start for Star Wars Outlaws, which I thought wasn't that bad, but apparently
It's a fucking disgrace.
So I feel like it's more of an excuse than anything. But now launched on Valentine's Day, so it's a Valentine's Day present I can ask for. Which
Ding.
helps a lot more better that way. But I mentioned in a social media post, the team devised the label's best interest of games and promised although pre-orders are being cancelled, all future pre-orders of the game first expansion for free. So, but I don't think I have a pre-order game in my life anymore. Should I say I have pre-order games before in the past, but I have no need to pre-order games now because usually it's just cosmetics. That makes no sense. But you mentioned now Star Wars Outlaws was considered when making the decision to delay Assassin's Creed Shadows, as the company wanted to take more learning from the game they want. Outlaws suffered. But again, I think probably because no one's talking about Star Wars Outlaws is probably why they're upset.
Yeah, I mean,
was
by all
just quite
accounts, it was
buggy.
good, but yeah, there was lots of issues, I think, when they're at launch, and yeah, it seems to have put the frights up them.
It has.
There's something about like investors being upset and their share price plummeting as well. So I'm sure they're trying to sort themselves out. But good old Ubisoft, eh? Just bring back Splinter Cell. You'd be fucking laughing. You'd be sorted.
Exactly. That's what it needs to do. That's where the cash camel is at.
Revive the company by doing that. That's you just get all the fucking good grace in the world. You can put a couple of shit games every couple of years. It's fine, but just focus on bringing the good ones back.
Exactly. Yeah, and there must be time for a new Rainbow update to Rainbow Six. Get a new one out there. Get Siege in the bin. Get a new exciting one. Although Siege is still very good though. Anyway, I think that's enough time. I'm just going to write a fucking game. I can't think of anything here.
I put 5 down.
Sorry.
I know I'm wrong, but I just know you know, guy. Just give me 5 answers.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. Don't worry.
I don't fucking know. Yeah,
I know my 5 aren't in the list, but it's 5 answers, so it'll keep Ian happy.
I'm there. Right, I'm ready. I'm ready when you are. Let's do this. Let's get this fucking painfulness over and done with. Ian, ready when you are. We can't hear you. Why have you gone quiet? He's muted himself.
Yeah,
No, I haven't.
you had.
You were muted.
I'm not muted anymore.
You're not
You
no
were
anymore,
muted
but you were dubbing yourself.
Oh, okay. Graham, can I have your 5, please?
Okay, the 5 I've written down. I put Destiny 2. I put Witcher 3. I put Division 2. Fallout 4. And Elder Scrolls Tamriel Online.
Jamie.
Master Chief Collection, Gears 5, Rocket League, Forza Motorsport 5, and Fable 2. Because
I love how Jay's not even written a list. He's just rhymed off 5 games that you could think of there.
I've written them down.
All right, it's just because he was looking up at the sky. I was
My other screen's
looking
up there, so
to
I've just got to look up there and look.
And
Yeah.
Ross.
Witcher 3, Minecraft, Mass Effect 2, GTA
Slow
5,
down. I've got to type stuff, boy. Witcher 3.
Minecraft,
Yeah.
Mass Effect 2, GTA 5, Skyrim.
You all let me down.
Well, we don't give a fuck about achievements.
Did anybody get even one?
Someone's got 1.
Oh,
Well, so if I said someone,
So, in 10th place is Dead
I thought there was
by
11.
Well, 11th place. Sorry. You're all right. 11th place is Dead by Daylight. 257 achievements.
Wow.
250.
that's
What
that's
are
the
they
one I was
fucking
thinking
doing?
of as well.
That is fucking ridiculous. And that's 11th.
Yeah.
What the shit?
Yeah. So, Train Sim World 4, 260.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider, 269. That's the 1 to 3 remastered. Spies whenever you got this. Sea of Thieves, 275.
Yeah, we're all big Sea of Thieves players here.
275 achievements in TFT. Wow.
Yeah.
For that
I suppose they do have
cat
regular updates, but
Yeah. Age of Empires 2, also 275.
Mhm.
Smite with 324. And then we're going to top 5. So 5th is Europa. Never heard of it.
Yep.
With 373. Another train simulator, 431.
No.
I'm going to make a note of this for next
I think
time
that's
you
to
ask this
wake
question.
people up playing that bloody game.
Yeah.
Oh, something popped up. Oh,
Killer Instinct is 464.
crikey.
And then you have the Halo Master Chief Collection, the Chinese edition,
Oh, he's got one.
with
That's the one.
479. And the official Master Chief Collection with 700. So Jay gets a point with 1.
I knew Master Chief was a good shout because I remember that being ridiculous when they added the extra games in. But
When they added the best game, OGST.
Fantastic. Right, next question next week. That was fucking wonderful.
Ross is upset because he's got no points in like 3 weeks.
Well done. And
Out of,
you know what,
out
Graham?
of 15 guesses, only one was right.
Yeah.
You know what, Graham? I'm proud of you. You're keeping your streak alive. You're doing well.
I thought they were reasonable guesses. I thought the Tamriel Online
They were.
might have had one because of the online.
Yeah.
I just tried to pick like
Yeah.
online service games, and because Witcher 3 has about 50 different DLC packs, I thought one of those might have a lot of achievements. And same with
Elder
Fallout. I
Scrolls
thought,
is good,
just try
yeah.
to think of loads of them with like so many extra expansions, and online service games tend to have a lot of them. But
I'm sorry I'm not making the questions easy, Ross. Oh my god.
How dare you?
How dare I make
November-
hard questions? Oh
in
my
November,
No
you
one
need
was
to
getting
theme it
trained
around
sim.
StarCraft.
Can-
because
god. No,
Can I-
that's why I said
Game Pass.
11. That's why I gave you 11.
Can I also just say that it was nothing to do with easiness? You said they were relevant to the topics of the week. I feel to see the correlation.
What? No, not
All right.
always.
So if you're going to talk
I'm-
shit,
I'm-
at least talk consistent shit.
I'm going to leave you guys to
name
argue
the
for a
last 5
second.
FIFA games.
I'm going to leave you guys to argue for a second about this. I need to go and sort the young ones out. Feel free to start talking about Tokyo Game Show. I'll be right back.
There's a hand. Ah!
Ah,
Oh,
Want to say hello? No, she's not going to say that. All right, I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Turkey Game
so
Show.
I will just rule myself out of it because there was Final Fantasy discussed, and I've never really played any of the Final Fantasy games. But Jay seemed to be wetting his pants over the Pixel one.
Yeah, they bought loads of.
Yeah,
They bought 1 to 6 out, all of them out.
so not any of the good ones.
was that on? What was that on? Is that on just PC or something?
No, it's an Xbox, I think, as well.
The only new ones I saw on the Xbox were the Of Mana games. I saw like Trials of Mana and something else of Mana. I didn't see the Final Fantasy ones.
Yeah, so I swear I saw it pop up somewhere like 1 to 6 is all getting re-released. Onto for I'm not sure if it's just PC or is it console as well. I'm pretty sure it's console.
There's
as
some
well.
joy to be had in those, but the old school turn-based ones are really hard to get into.
But they're more
You-
difficult as well. That's the thing.
They are, but I mean, just back on the days when you had no other games to play, so you just put in the effort.
Yeah.
It's because it was grindy back then, wasn't it? Super grindy. You just have to keep doing the same things. I mean, 10 was a grind fest, and that was number 10. So I imagine the earlier ones were just as bad.
But yeah, it's all out. All of them 1 to 6 are all released on Xbox and PC. You can get a full bundle of between 1 and 6 for fucking hell, 52 quid. If you fancy.
What a deal!
And that's on sale. It's 65
Is that a good deal?
normally.
I don't know if that's a good deal.
£53 if you want it on sale at the moment.
Wow.
Down from 65 if you want to buy all 1 to 6 games again. But no, it doesn't. Part of me is not interested in any of the older. I struggle with Final Fantasy, but like some of the newer ones are better because it's more free flowing. I know what you mean. Like before, back in the day, I used to really love my turn-based ones, but I think now we're more.
But you have the time to do it. That's the thing. You have the time to commit to do those ones where it's not as fun to do the grinding fest anymore.
No. Yeah, because before you have to like go, like if you get hit at a boss, you have to go back, start killing mobs, kind of grind, get your levels, and back then also there's no auto save. You have to remember to save.
Yeah,
Otherwise you're fucking screwed. You lose hours and hours of your game.
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm sure there's some joy to be had from those that. I mean, because generally they kind of had good stories, so there might be some good stories to had with them if you hadn't played them before, and there might be some hardcore ones that go, "Oh, we get to play them again on, the Xbox." It was, but like I said, it'll be good for someone anyway. But I can't imagine modern youth being interested in an old school sort of turn-based game like that.
I think some of the earlier ones are quite shorter compared to, like I say, I think 5 and 6 are quite long, and then obviously you know what 7's like.
Well, you'll be in for a rude awakening after playing like the last ones, which are so sort of highly graphical worlds. Go back to, I want to see where it all started, and then you see that.
Or the blocky noises and everything, yeah.
And then you see Ultima, and then you start going, that's where it started.
And then you hit one hit KO.
Oh.
This is why I forgot I hated this.
Yeah, so, yeah. There'll be some joy to be had with those kind of things. I mean, I did like to want to play the Song of Mana and the different of Mana games, but I think that's going to start falling in the same category. But those turn-based games just are too much of a slog these days to sort of get into.
Did anyone actually watch it? How long was the show actually? Anyway, did you watch any of it?
I didn't catch it myself.
No, didn't manage to see it.
Well, we're all pretty useful here, aren't we?
I always have to hope that hungover Jay managed to watch.
Was it not a ridiculous time?
I don't know. Do you know what? I didn't even found out about it until when Jay went put in the show notes,
What did I miss?
and I knew
What are we
about
talking
the Final
about?
Fantasy.
Final Fantasy,
That makes
yeah?
sense why the Final Fantasy kill came out. I was like, oh, they've all been released, and then
I love Final Fantasy. I'm looking forward to playing all 6 of them remasters.
I bet you.
you stream them for it. That could be your punishment, making me play
Hang
Amnesia.
on. Why am I being punished?
Because you're the only one that's commented on it.
Yeah.
So we're all caught up on Tokyo Game Show. I'm assuming it's good stuff. Lots of good games.
Yep. None of us watched it.
Cool. I did watch it, but I was at work, so obviously some of it was in Japanese, so didn't even get a chance to read the subtitles. But
course, you
StarCraft
don't do
2, Ross,
subtitles, do you?
you must be excited.
Why would I not be
StarCraft's coming to
excited?
Game Pass. Finally, your answer will be retroactively correct.
I was just ahead of the game. I fucking told you.
I do think we need to play this. All you need is help, though.
All you need is
I
help.
think
All you need is
it's
help.
going to be.
Yeah.
Was that the beginning you showed the clip of?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think. Let me get the trailer up. I think that could be a fun Project Game Pass game.
I think Starcraft could be a good project Game Pass.
I think that in
Starcraft
November
would
when
not
it's out.
be as
I
good.
think
Why would it
that'd
not
be
be a good? Why would it not be good?
I think it'd be awesome.
Be fucking pandemonium.
I've never played StarCraft. I'm very intrigued to try it.
What I would just love
gonna get
doing is
absolutely
just
fucking
like
destroyed.
bum rushing into Jay's base, wiping out everything apart from like one settler and one building, and then retreating back, letting him build his team back up again, rush him, and then just keep doing that over and over again.
Until he quits. Never plays again.
No, I will persevere. But yeah, this is all you need is help, and it's basically like a 4-player co-op puzzle game where you control these weird shapes, and you just have to solve the puzzles. And it looks like a lot of fun. I tried to play it the other day just to give it a try, see what it was like, but you literally can't play it without 4 players. You can play online, you can play local, but you can't play it solo. So I got as far as doing a tutorial. And then I was sitting in the menu like, I can't do anything now. Cool. But it seems interesting. I think we should give it a go. I think it'd be lots of fun.
Is this Game Pass?
It come out on Game Pass. Like that was one of the, and it's out now. It's at Tokyo Game Show.
Can we
Yeah,
do
that's
this
look pretty
Project
good.
Game Pass next month?
That's pretty
I
good, to
think
be
we
fair.
I think we should.
I would love just to get angry at Ross. Like, I know.
I feel like, I mean, we can discuss it offline, like what we're going to pick. But
There's
I
no
would
discussions
definitely put
needed.
this. All right,
There's
then Graham, you in? We're doing all you need is help
Yeah,
next
I
Sunday,
will.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
This looks brilliant.
Excellent.
I can feel this is going to be a lot of banter.
I
It's
just
gonna
feel
be
like we need to have
a lot
a
of
really good, fun, enjoyable game that we might actually enjoy and be good at before November when we're restricted to playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point. Actually, yeah.
I think this could be a fun stream. So we'll play that next Sunday.
What time?
I don't know how I couldn't hear what you guys were saying, so I don't know how far through you got it, but there was lots of JRPGs
Odd Jobs.
announced.
Odd Jobs?
Odd Jobs.
Oh, job.
JRPGs come out. Like you said, Final Fantasy 6, the first 6 games come out. Legends of Mana. Anyone ever played that? Legend of Mana?
No, we were
No?
briefly talking about the 2 mana games that have been released. But
I did hear there was, like I said, I never actually seen it, but I did see there was something with Metal Gear Solid, which I know will get some people quite happy.
Yeah, they showed off some a new trailer. Again, I didn't get to watch that part because I was working, so I couldn't just sit there and stare at my screen. But a bit of Metal Gear is always good. Slitterhead, love a bit of Slitterhead. Bit of Japanese horror, lovely.
Slit.
No.
Slitterhead.
Click.
Oh,
I mean, to be honest, if I'm honest, the game like trailers I've seen so far don't look all that exciting, but the name is awesome. So let's see if we can get some trailer going on. Here we go. It might be a bit creepy for Ian. Avert your eyes, Ian. Prepare yourself
Horror, I like
some-
horror.
for some Slitterhead. It's coming in. So yes, we got some decent stuff coming up. I've lost my list now because I've bloody done that. What? Oh, I've lost my list. It's all gone wrong. Hang on.
that reminds me of that. I can't remember that game. The guy who Adam, or whatever it was, he turned into that weird sort of beast thingy.
Well, Adam
that you
Buck.
could- No,
Adam.
that you could turn into like an
Never asked
alien
for
thing
this.
that you
Jensen?
kind of absorbed
No.
other people, like other humans.
Prototype.
Oh
Infamous.
No, I can't remember what it was called.
It was Prototype, wasn't it?
Oh, Prototype. That was it. Yeah.
prototype. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be interested to see what it's like, but yeah, like I said, it hasn't quite sold me yet from what I have seen.
It does look quite fun though. Actually, it doesn't look as horror as I thought it would be. He didn't scare
Yeah,
me.
it's more of an actiony horror, I think, than I forget who the developers of this made. I think some of them made Silent Hill. I know it's got the same music guy.
Oh,
Blake on his name.
you have my attention now. You didn't when you were showing me the trailer. You now do.
Is it Kira? I can't remember his fucking surname, but yeah, I think he's done the music for this as well, which is pretty nifty because Silent Hill soundtrack is brilliant. We also got We Love Katamari Reroll. Very excited to play that. Anyone else here a Katamari person?
No.
Not like me.
No, I love a bit of Katamari. It's just some silly fun, a bit crazy. But yeah, so some decent stuff from Tokyo Game Show. It was quite didn't get quite the same attention as things like the State of Play that come out the other way, where they were talking about how you can see Spider-Man's eye mesh in super high resolution detail on the PlayStation 5 Pro. All that very exciting stuff that's definitely worth £700, as we discussed last week or the week before, whenever it was.
Pocket change for you.
That's like a decent seat on a plane to Florida, eh?
Surely your Floridians will give you a wee dig it.
Oh, maybe. Get the old Floridians out, eh? But yeah, so Tokyo Game Show's out now. There's lots of people, lots of games there to play, I think. But obviously,
There's also people to play.
We're not in Tokyo, unfortunately, so we can't play. We can't play along. But yeah, so cool. Well, Ian, you rapid fired for us. I just want to reiterate once again that StarCraft is indeed coming to Game Pass, Ross, just in case you hadn't heard that, because
That's a quiz question or something.
We got some reviews over on xboxtavern.com, which you can go and check out right now. That'd be wonderful for you to do. Special guest Pete has whipped out a very quick review of the Mortal Kombat 1 DLC, Chaos Reigns. We've got the Karate Kid, easy for me to say, the Karate Kid Street Rumble from Grayman, Plucky Squire from Corey, and then I did a review of Tilting Tiles, little puzzle game. Again, one that probably better suited to mobile than a console, but it was all right. And there's plenty of other reviews up on xboxtavern.com. What we got here, Ross.
Yes, sir.
We're right at the end of the month, obviously, but what has come and / is coming to Game Pass, including All We Need Is Help.
Well, we've not got anything in regards to October yet, and I've probably not updated anything that was just added because, like I say, I hadn't actually noticed. The last thing I had seen was Ara. But if you want to do Ian's list, I will pull up anything else that might be coming and fill you in.
Let's do it. So, Ian, things are leaving Game Pass, obviously, in one day. What's buggering off, eh?
In one day, we have Gotham Knights, Let's Build a Zoo, Loop Hero, My Time at Portia, Paw Patrol Grand Prix, and Phoenix Wright Ace of Eternity Trilogy.
Yes. So go play them while you've still got one whole day to do so. I think Valheim's also leaving on early access. Leaving Game Pass, but they're still in early access. I'm not sure if there's like a game preview version or not. I'm not really sure.
I don't count that
how
as
that
no
works, but
it doesn't get a shout out. So
no Chivos, fuck you, basically.
No achievements, can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, yes.
You not put the effort into the game. Some people have early access games put achievements in.
I'll tell you what, actually, speaking of achievements, that game I just mentioned, Tilt and Tiles, you get an achievement for completing every level. And I haven't done every level, but it's pretty straightforward. I think you might smash out 1000 G basically. Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. You need to play it.
Oh,
right, that's what help
if you're going down that lane, Jay, that game that we were playing earlier, the fast-paced one game, I think you get to play 100 G just for turning it on. That you said play.
Oh yes, get to the title screen, you get 100 G per achievement. So yeah, play that one as well. I haven't looked at the list, but I assume
it literally was
fairly straightforward as well. Ross, you got a list of things that
do
have
indeed.
come / will
Yes.
come.
So in the last week, we've had Ara History Untold on PC, All You Need Is Help on console, PC and cloud, Legends of Mana on console, PC and cloud, same with Trials of Mana, Wheel of Katamari Reroll and Royal Reverie, and there is also a 10-hour trial for NHL 25.
Nice. Do you know what? Every year I feel like I should play the NHL games because I used to really like the old ones on like the Mega Drive and that. But every year I don't bother. I don't bother. So maybe I should make most of the trial and give it a go. I do like a bit of ice hockey, even though I don't follow it at all. But I like a little bit of 101011. And what was the other one? Is it Kretschfoop or something? Agree?
Yeah, Critch
From
Mr. Marbles
NHL Blitz on the original Xbox.
hits. Yeah.
Tremendous game. Anyway, that'll do it. I think I'm fucking dying on my arse here, so let's get out of here. Thank you very much for listening. If you've made it this far, you're a better man than I. Thank you very much. You can find me at IanXN on most places, including Xbox. You can find Ross
At Scottish Gruff.
Graham
At Grim Reaper.
and Ian.
And Nutty Way.
And by the sounds of it, we're back on this very YouTube channel at 8 p.m. next Sunday, where we'll be more than likely playing a bit of All You Need Is Help. And I'm sure getting along tremendously with no aggression or name calling or fighting or accusations of people bamboozling the other players at all. We're
I
all
predict
going
Ross
to
to get angry
synchronize.
first.
I never get angry.
Well, you play. Not that I'm drinking anymore because I can't after last night, but play a drinking game. Every time Ross swears or shouts at us because we've done something, then you'll be fucked within the first 10 minutes. Anyway, thank you very much. We'll see you next Sunday. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Remember, be good to each other.
You can look, but you can't touch.
Farewell.